Hello, everyone. Today is February
Every
16th, 2024. I'm
and
Gene,
I'm Zane.
and you're hanging with Uncle,
Every intro we gotta start with a smile
right?
somehow. It warms us up. It feels better that way. How is everybody doing? And how are you doing, man?
I'm doing well, man.
Good.
I'm doing well.
Good.
Today, today has been a busy week.
Yeah, today is have felt like a week. Today itself, like 7 days, just today.
There's there's so much going on in the world of the Tangerine Terror.
Oh goodness.
I mean, and remember, I said I would never really bring him up unless it
it's
was
necessary.
pertinent.
Yep.
Today is that day.
Oh, understood. But first, please hit the like button. Oh, I don't do that normally. I fumbled. Go ahead, Gene.
Hit that subscribe button. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. And hit that like button. It's that thumbs up. It lets the universe know we exist out there.
And hit the notification bell so you can know whenever we go live, so you can tune in when we start, or you can catch us later when we upload the video at the end of the show.
Yes.
Perfect. I do that part better than the like button part. I don't know why. I trip up on that.
Yeah, you just got to get used
Got
to
to get
it.
used to it.
Yeah.
Well, let's start talking about it, man, because it's my favorite topic always, you know.
Okay. Well, all right. I think there's so much to talk about. Where to start would be what's happened so far in these civil cases, because today Judge Engoron in New York came out with his decision on how much disgorgement would be legal and I guess relevant, equitable in this case. And it's over $355 million.
Damn.
Plus, he and the two kids, Junior Mint and Eric, are barred from doing business in the state of New York as far as operating a business.
No, my dad would not appreciate you insulting Junior Mints like that. He likes them with popcorn. But that is a butt ton of money. Now, okay,
Yeah.
will he ever pay it?
So here's the thing. If he wants to appeal it, he has to pay it. He has to put it in the hands of the court in order for any appeal to go forward. So, yes, he has to pay it.
Okay. Now, does that affect anything in the future? So I'm sure this is a domino effect. What would be the next thing that would come of this?
Well, I'm going to say let's start from this, because this isn't the first thing. This is the next domino.
This is the next domino.
Because he was already ordered to pay, with the combined two cases from E. Jean Carroll, over $88 million. Now he's been hit with $355 million. So
I swear, people are absolutely going to donate to him to help him pay
there
for it.
are some that will.
That's fucking crazy.
But, when it becomes a pattern, it's been adjudicated in court. There's nothing you can't say is I'm innocent because you've been found guilty.
Right.
So far, it's just been civilly, but a lot of these same facts that are coming out in the New York DA's office, Alvin Bragg, that case is set to go for March 25th.
March 25th.
And that's a state trial, which means there's no federal jurisdiction, no federal intervention. This is all the state of New York
Versus Trump.
versus Trump. And a grand jury is the one that indicted him. So it was the people of New York.
Okay.
Not the DA's office, because they had to present their evidence to the grand jury, because the grand jury is kind of like the decider of, yeah, this is enough to go to trial, or what is this, get it out of here.
Okay, so But then, of course, there's other cases in other states and such as well that are going on that are also going to build up on this, correct?
So Georgia this week.
Yes. I figured there was another one.
Yeah. Fonnie Willis got on the stand yesterday and today.
Okay.
And basically bitch slapped Mike Roman's attorneys for getting their facts wrong, accusing them of lying in their pleadings about her personal relationship, which has nothing to do with the fact that they tried to overthrow the elections of the people of Georgia who voted for one candidate, but they wanted to change it. Okay. And yeah, it's a diversion. It's a don't look over here, look over here.
That scapegoat mentality.
Right. And Fonnie Willis was having none of it, man. She was like, look, you're confused. I'm not the one on trial. Those guys over there are the ones on trial for trying to overturn a free and fair election in the state of Georgia.
Yep.
So don't get your facts mixed up, because I'm not. You can try and make me the one on trial all you want, but I'm not.
Exactly.
And she's right, because there's no charges brought against her.
No, none. Like, I don't know, that scapegoat mentality. It's repetitive. We see it all the time, right? We've always talked about it. Like, we're going to keep seeing it regardless. It's the Trump way.
It's the whole investigate the investigators.
Yeah. But people believe it. That's the one thing I'm trying to like what I'm caught up on is that people believe the look over here, woo, puppet, while everything else is going on over here.
But let's stop and think about it for a minute, okay? Because what is really the issue here? Because remember the OJ case?
Yeah.
Christopher Darden, the black attorney for LA, the prosecutor, and Marsha Clark, the white prosecutor prosecuting OJ, were in a physical relationship at the time, but when was that ever brought into question?
No, never.
You know, that shit, it happens all the time. So this is just, again, part of the spaghetti they're throwing up against the wall, but it's not sticking. Code. You know, that's what they're doing. Will this work? Nope.
Well, overall, we believe the American justice system will see it through, right?
You know, the wheels of justice turn slowly, and God, we've been talking about this for 3 years,
bro.
And so, and how long has this been happening before? So, it's happening. There's no more delay. Judge Merchan in New York State Court has denied any more stays, appeals, anything like that, and it said, look, we're going to trial. Get ready, because I'm going to ask you for jury selection questionnaires.
They got substantial
So
evidence.
get to work.
They've got substantial
Are they going to get to work, or are they going to whine and cry and say, we couldn't get it done because you didn't give us more time? You know, well, then that's up to you, because you were given time, and the judge is the one who sets the date. And welcome to the world of being a criminal defendant, because it's the judge that owns you.
And it's not like he's going to a friendly state either with New York. They, like you said, they just barred business for him.
Yeah. And now, how does it, across the rest of the country, how does that look like? He's been judged a fraud, untrustworthy. He's been barred from doing business. What else do you need? Disgorgement is basically removal of ill-gotten gains. It's not money you got legally. It's money you got illegally. So, and he's ordered to pay over $355 million of money. Disgorgement.
He has not made legally.
Right.
Holy shit.
To me, that doesn't make him a good businessman. That makes him a crook, a criminal.
He knows how to run a business. The country's not a business. You got to take that as a fact also.
No.
It's not a business.
And not only, then he makes the comments how oh my God, I'm tired of this one. This lie about, sir, if we don't pay, sir. You know, number one, that's a lie. That's not how they talk to each other. Mm-hmm. You know, it would be like, you would think it would be something different if you walked in and I said, hello, Mr. Johnson. Mr. Johnson? No, that's not your last name.
Right, yeah. I'm sorry.
But you know.
Understood. No,
yeah.
Yeah. No, I totally get it. I just... Even though we have substantial evidence with New York, like with New York pursuing this, right? And the rest of the country will see this, right? We're going to see what's going to happen with this. Whatever. Everything happens. There's still going to be those people that follow him, those people that literally worship him, that are always going to be around. They're always going to be there. They're always going to be ignorant and stupid. Like, it's just...
Okay, but here's the effect that I think it's going to have electorally. Because now you have those independents that are going to decide, okay, wait a minute, this guy's been adjudicated a fraud. Why do I want him anywhere near the White House if he's not to be trusted?
Right.
And you're going to have more of those people leaving that MAGA camp as far as the voting bloc goes.
I hope so.
So
it's a cult, Gene. Sometimes cults thrive.
you know, but you can also beat them with facts that happen in a court of law. Because remember, okay, this ignorant buffoon, Cadet Bonespurs, he tries his cases in the court of public opinion.
Yeah.
Right? But in the court of public opinion, guess what? There's no constitutional rules that apply. There's no rules of evidence that apply. There's no rules of procedure that apply. In a courtroom, you have those boundaries, those guidelines that you cannot escape. And when you're judged within that confine, it doesn't matter what else you say. This is about accountability. It is not about political motivation.
Nope, not at all. This is what you have done. These are the facts. No matter where your stance is, this is what you're being charged for.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
So that's how we see it. I would love to know. We would love to know how you guys think and what your thoughts are on this
Absolutely,
issue.
yes. Leave in the comments. A comment in the comments. Whew. Sorry, we took a quick puff before we played. Put on the show today. Played the show. Put on the show. Whatever works. Or join us in the chat as well if you want to be a part of the show as well. But we have more about foreign affairs, right?
So this is big news because after the writing on the wall that happened in the special election in New York to fill expelled member George Santos' seat, it was immigration that was the turning point that the people have always been screaming for. Even we've had this discussion. There needs to be something done about,
Recently.
Right, So now here's something proposed and you're killing it. So in all 435 districts across this country, Democrats are going to run on Republicans reneging on the border deal. Right? And Republicans don't want to lose. So finally there's been an epiphany in the Foreign Affairs Committee. And
someone's brain's turning.
Chairman McFaul,
let's go,
has, for lack of a better description, pretty much given an ultimatum to Speaker Johnson.
Oh shit! Okay.
Either pass this bill,
which is
the funding for Ukraine that includes the border security bill that came out of the Senate. Okay. That was negotiated on a bipartisan basis.
Got it. Okay.
And passed 79-20 or 70-29.
That's pretty good.
Overwhelmingly bipartisan support.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
So
I have a long hair. Sorry, I keep seeing it. It's bothering me.
So overwhelmingly winning. Either bring it to the floor for a vote, or we're going to do to you what we did to Kevin McCarthy and vote you out of the speakership, and you won't have any control anymore of anything.
It already has
the writing is on the wall.
Yeah.
So is he going to continue to listen to Cadet Bone Spurs and lead the party down the maelstrom? You know,
challenging loyalties here in our
right?
government.
Or is
crazy.
he going to do what's best for their team and put the damn legislation on the floor for a vote?
Damn, play team ball or play team ball?
That's pretty much where they are.
That's crazy.
I think again, there's enough votes in the House to pass this bill.
Absolutely. It's overwhelmingly, like, that's majority. That is a majority vote. Like 70 something to 29, even though it's not the same vote, it's people have the same stance basically, right?
Out of the 435 members of Congress, I bet you they get well over 300 yes votes.
Yeah,
well over 300.
Yeah, because what? That's like, yeah, they'll definitely get.
There's
that.
213
yeah,
Democrats.
That's what I was thinking. Like, there's 213, and there's like extra whatever, and it already
there's
is
219, 218 or 219. On the Republican side. So,
no, that's where I was thinking too. It's like, it's overwhelmingly, it sounds like majority of just House sitters. It sounds weird. People who are seated feel, instead of putting the team identity into it, like you said, the 70-29, whatever that vote was earlier about 4,
yeah,
it definitely does reflect on the floor itself. So,
because I promise you, this is what will happen.
his hands are tied.
If Mike Johnson does not do that, they will take him out, and they will put somebody in the speakership that will put that bill on the floor.
Yeah, that majority, and that vote will pass for sure.
And it will pass.
It definitely will.
And it would be another domino falling against the Tangerine Terror and his electoral clout.
Isn't it a little crazy that we have to talk about this with our politics?
You know, but I mean, it's the facts. These
some
are
shit.
things that have happened.
I know, but this is some shit that feels like it should happen, like Attack on Titan or Game of Thrones or something. Like, the government is overthrowing us and we got to usurping and shit like that. Like, this is happening now in our real lifetime.
Yeah.
Like, absurd.
Really?
It's really absurd to think that that's what our government is running at the moment. But he rightfully should sign the bill. Right.
He should bring it to the floor for a vote.
Or bring it to, is that what it is? Bring it to the floor for a vote.
He could vote no, but bring it to the floor because
everybody
else wants it. Mm-hmm. And if you want to have any chance of holding a Republican majority or even picking up the majority in the Senate, because that's where the bill was started, you better bring this damn bill to the floor.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you guess what? You don't need, Cadet Bone Spurs to get it done. And as a matter of fact, the party can move on without him because he doesn't have any money. He's a liability. He has a track record of losing.
He doesn't have a job right now.
And he's going to be a convicted felon. So, I mean, it's like, wake up.
Exactly. Yeah, what power does he have right now within government?
None.
So represent yourself. Stand up.
He's a
Stand on 2
citizen.
feet.
He's a private citizen. I don't know why they keep wanting to keep calling him President Trump.
No,
he's not. He's Defendant Trump.
Yeah, that's his title at the moment.
Right. Right.
No, the dominoes will fall over time. Hopefully. That's what we're hoping for. And they're slowly weeding him out. But the fact alone that we have to do this, remove this disease out of our government alone, piece by piece, until it's finally cleansed, is insane.
Again, I'm all about the issues. We've talked about that. This has nothing to do with leaning left or leaning right. It's about the issues. And right now, the biggest issue is sending aid to our foreign neighbors to stop communist aggression.
Yeah, because I'm going to be honest, like, when Russia overthrows Ukraine, what's stopping them after that?
Nothing. They will continue on to Moldavia.
Yeah. they'll just slowly grow and grow and grow and take over
And
and
that
take over.
would do nothing but embolden China to attack Taiwan.
Yeah, and then there we go, a whole communist country right there.
And North Korea would get involved.
Absolutely, South Korea then will be screwed.
So again, that's my whole question. Why does Trump and his minions like Mike Johnson support communist Russia? Because they don't want to fund Ukraine. Why do they want to support communist China? Because they don't want to help Taiwan defend itself.
Because they want to be on the good side of the people that they think they're helping the trajectory of said thing happening. It's the Empire, baby. We're about to have it. Real life Star Wars.
Right? That's all they're doing.
And that's not a good thing, actually, people. There was a lot of oppression in Star Wars and people dying. Not good.
Yeah. It didn't fare so well for the rebellion.
No, not at all. Not at all.
They paid a heavy cost. Thank God for the Jedi.
But it's in the history books. Look it up, right? We're rewriting history here in America, so might as well add Star Wars in there.
Well, I know we have some time, man. Did you want to bring up your Kanye story?
I was going to. He was going to be actually my dumbass of the week.
Well, let's do dumbass of the week.
Let's do it, because we can actually talk about this for a little extended amount of time.
Yeah.
We've talked about Kanye before. Now, new title, anti-Semitic, or anti-Semite, because of words and things he has spewed lately in public or on microphone or on camera, TV, anywhere about the Jews and how he feels about them, including his love for Hitler. Him and his little minions that worship him just like the Trumplets, they are all pushing the idea of it's just an idea. It's just him talking. Just listen to the music, man. Just the music. Okay. So I did. I listened to said music. I listened to the album from front to back. The music's great. I'll give it that. Kanye is a very good producer. It feels like Tyler, the Creator, did get his inspiration from him, which he did get a lot of it from. But of course, Tyler's not spitting anti-Semitic bullshit, which is also on the album still. It's not him spitting things that are anti-Semitic, saying what he's been recently saying, but he's trying to back and validate that he's not anti-Semitic by still saying kind of anti-Semitic things, like he just fucked a Jewish bitch. Like, I don't know if that's supposed to be an apology to the Jewish community or anything like that, but like my take on him and the album is that I can't listen to him anymore, because that's what I feel like all his music is going to be from then on. He can't rap anymore. He doesn't have any other uniqueness outside of fuck bitches get money, just like any other typical artist is. That's not art anymore. It's art now is in hip hop is storytelling, is deepness, is talking about yourself and making your own community based off of what your stance is, but who you are as a person, being able to talk about yourself, poetry and motion. That's what rap is, right? Mm-hmm. So, yes, Kanye's music in the album is great. It's good. There's a few songs that were not great. The hood rap wasn't good. But every verse that he spat on his album, which wasn't a lot, most of it was Ty Dolla $ign carrying that album. It's himself. It was a Ty Dolla $ign album with Kanye creating the music and rapping. He had those verses, those things in there, and then the back to the typical old things that he used to say, like parties and repetition and ooh yeah, same funny things, say thing here, that, or whatever. Says something about Jay Leno's chin somewhere in there, like, oh, funny, I guess. Like, that's an old joke too. So right. Like, he hasn't like evolved rapper-esque.
The only person who can talk about Jay Leno's chin is Timmy Turner.
And their jokes are better. Right? But it's like, he hasn't evolved as a rapper to me. And that was my kind of idea of it. And then still having the anti-Semitic shit in there is something that I'm not going to support. No. There were 2 songs that made it onto my playlist that are Ty Dolla $ign songs with Kanye beats, basically, on Kanye's album. But it basically was a Ty Dolla $ign album with Kanye in it, trying to heal things with his non-anti-Semitic things.
Yeah.
But right now, I think it's just the whole dumbassery comes from his community, people who are pushing it. They're like, oh, there's murder rap and there's gangster this and crime that and there's gang on gang crime here. Well, honestly, gang on gang crime is more like a civil war in a way. Honestly,
Yeah.
how you look at it, it's just
It's
they put
turf stuff.
they put gang on it because it's dark. Black people do it. They don't want to make it a war or anything like that. They just put that label on it to soften it instead. Gang wars are basically civil wars, but not validating it. But in the Bible, there have been holy wars. Correct.
Crusades.
There have been people who have been killed for their stances on things, like putting the sheep's blood on your door if you support, right? Then firstborn dies, right? Stuff like that.
Passover.
Right, exactly. But the number one thing that is the most bad in the Bible is genocide. Every story that involves that within the Bible turns out that is just bad overall. It's the worst sin, it seems like, that is projected, because everybody else's sin seems to be forgiven, right? But when it comes to genocidal things, like things that Hitler has done, that's not okay. So you should not worship or say you love somebody who has done something like that. That does not make you holy.
No.
At all.
It makes you crazy.
Exactly. So, dumbass of the week goes to the hardcore fandom that still doesn't understand how much damage Kanye has done, not only to his own image, but to people of necessarily the Jewish faith itself. I think of it as, if Mac Miller were alive right now, would he be upset? Most likely.
Without a doubt.
He was Jewish.
Yeah.
But it's like, all the other people I listen to don't really vibe with that. So it's like, I don't know. Just besides like those who have the inspiration within music, not inspiration for what he represents now these days. Because what he represents now today is crazy. But dumbass of the week there. I went on my rant.
That's a good one.
That was a
that's a
long
good
one.
one, yeah.
I'm sorry.
We had time. No, we had time, man. So mine is chair of the House Oversight Committee, Republican James Comer from the state of Kentucky. He has talked about how they have confidential witnesses that are above reproach. I'm paraphrasing. And that have worked with them in the past and, you know, are reliable informants. Well, long story short, a Russian oligarch who happens to be one of these so-called informants, Alexander Smirnov, was arrested when he landed in Las Vegas today.
Oh, in L.A. He was close.
In Vegas,
He was nearby. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
And, you know, this guy was, you know, they had a warrant for him. Basically for lying to Congress. This is the Department of Justice.
Yep.
And actually, David Weiss, the same special counsel appointed to looking into Hunter Biden, is the one who issued this search warrant on Mr. Smirnov. So, you know, don't say this is Democratic stuff. This is Republican David Weiss doing his job.
Good.
And Alexander Smirnov got arrested. So there's your credible witness who you've worked with many times. What does that tell me? What does that tell me? What, you know, you, at least you, Mr. Comer, represent? I know if I was in your district in Kentucky, I would vote you out.
Most likely.
You know?
I'm glad somebody is doing their job.
Yeah.
On the Republican side.
You know, it just goes to show you that when the Department of Justice moves, it is not politically motivated. They look toward accountability.
The facts.
It is all about what we can prove. And if you make it too easy to prove, you got no one to blame but yourself. So, James Comer, you're a dumbass for exposing how stupid you are and how much faith you've put in this guy that just got arrested. So, that's my dumbass of the week.
There you go. Let us know what you think about the show, any topics that intrigued you, or honestly, go out and look it up yourself as well, because we are not just a source. We're just here to have a conversation.
There you go.
I'm Zane.
I'm Gene.
And this is Hanging with Uncle.
And we'll see you next week.
See you next time.
Be kind to one another and treat each other the way you want to be treated.
Have a good week.